Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. If you haven't met me before, thank you so much for clicking on the video and saying hi. This is my little bookish corner of the internet, just sharing my love of books and chatting and yapping about stories. So yeah, I thought what I would do today is a little bit of a season's TBR. This season's TBR, we have of course just entered what we're calling cozy season. Some people say spooky season. I'm not into the scary. So yeah, we're going for a cozy season mood, and I am sat. I am so excited. So I've got a little bit of a little list of books that I'm hoping to get to over the next sort of month and a half, 2 months before we really hit winter. And I'll start with the two that I'm currently reading, okay? I'm not the biggest thriller girl. I don't mind a thriller if it's more suspenseful rather than gory or scary, that kind of thing. And my best friend recommended this one to me, The Housemaid Frida McFadden. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. I'm only the first sort of 60 or so pages in. Oh no, I'm more than that. I'm 100 pages in. And I am really enjoying it. I am using audiobook for it because I think that that's going to be easier for me to take the story and audiobook, because sitting there and reading it, I'm getting frustrated. There's a character called Nina, and she's just doing some really crazy weird things, and I'm going, what is up? Which is what Freedom McFadden wants you to feel like, but I'm getting frustrated. So I'm kind of going to the audiobook because I definitely want to know what happens. I'm very invested. I'm very interested to know what happens. So this is my audiobook currently, but I'm also reading a little bit physically here and there. So that's one that I'm currently reading. I will keep you up to date. My main physical read at the moment, I couldn't help myself, guys. I went shopping the other day. I bought it. I've been looking at buying this book ever since I heard it was coming out. I almost pre-ordered it. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favourite authors. This is Atmosphere, her latest release. I am 110 pages in at the moment and hooked. I have serious 5-star feels already. It's a story based in the 80s about a lady called Joan Goodwin who trains at NASA to be an astronaut in Houston, Texas. And honestly, it's just crazy. There's a mission she's assigned to, and she takes a role on the communications desk. So she's the only voice that the space shuttle can hear from Houston, from ground control. So she's the communication link. And someone she cares about very deeply is up on that space shuttle and something goes wrong. It's just, if you know anything about Taylor Jenkins Reid, you know how incredible her characters are, how much you fall in love with them, you know how edge of your seat the plots can be, and this is no exception. It's so beautifully written, and yeah, honestly, I will have to come back and tell you how I get on, because I think I'm going to do a reading vlog. I've started the idea of a reading vlog with this one, so you'll have to see if that comes out soon. Hopefully I will get that edited properly and enjoy doing that. So yeah, Atmosphere, Jenkins Reid, my current physical read. And these are the rest of these are like hopefuls for this season. As I said, I love a good fantasy in this time of year when it's a little bit colder outside and you can put the fireplace on or whatever and snuggle. And I'm still only at book 2 in the Powerless series. I am so behind. It's ridiculous. So I've read Powerless and I've read Powerful, the novella that comes after Powerless. And this is the book following that. So this is an incredible story about an ordinary called Payden in a world where elites who have powers and magic are the only society that are given any standing, basically. And so she has to hide the fact that she's an ordinary. Um, and in the first book, she gets called into some trials, and it's got that kind of Hunger Games flow through it, where the trial with the trials, and there is a forbidden romance and enemies to lovers, and it's just such a good series. So I am very excited to find out what happens next. So this is very high up my list because I want to catch up. Because Fearless and Fearful are already out, and I need to catch up. So that's Reckless. Also, I love a light, cozy family story, romance story as well at this time of year. Well, I mean, at any time of year, you know what I'm like. And this author, Giovanna Fletcher, you may have seen me hold this book before. This is called Some Kind of Wonderful. And this has been on TBRs for a long time at this point, and I still haven't picked it up. So we are fixing that this cozy season. I am taking this seriously as a priority. Get this book done. It sounds brilliant. It's about a couple who have a decade of happiness. So it reads like together, and when they go away for their 10th, I think it's for their 10th anniversary, um, instead of getting engaged, they break up. And it's basically Lizzie's story of like finding who she is without Ian. So it sounds really uplifting and warm, and I love Giovanna's writing. I read a book by her called Billy and Me, which was so fun. Yeah, so this is on the list. This is on the TBR, Some Kind of Wonderful. And in the same sort of vein, actually, very similar, actually, in sort of plot line, we've got Hannah Bonham Young, Out of the Woods. Now, I read Out on a Limb earlier this year and adored it. And look at these sprayed edges. I'm sorry. I thought that was adorable. So this is a connected story to Out on a Limb. This is like the best friends from that book. And again, it's similar in a way because it's a rekindling an already set up relationship, if that makes sense. It's sort of rekindling a marriage. They go on like a little camp, a week-long wilderness expedition to help them reconnect. So it feels very heartfelt, but it also feels very like with the trees and being in the woods. I think it just feels very autumnal with that sort of vibe. So I thought this would be a really fun one for this season. And the last one on this little TBR, guys, when I bought Atmosphere, I also saw this book, and I I think it's such a special copy. Right. Look at that cover for a start. Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I'll go into what the book is in a second. But then look at this. Look at these frayed edges. I'm sorry. Oh. And then if you take the dust jacket off, guys, this is one of the prettiest books I think I own. I love this so much. Look at the frayed edges. Look at the front. Look at this quote. We were doomed, she and I. One day I would perish and she would live on, endless as the stars. That's just adorable to me. That much. Oh my gosh. And then these end papers, guys. Seriously, seriously. Honestly, I just thought that was stunning. And then the similar sort of picture on the back. I So, Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I love Rebecca Ross's writing. I have read 4 books by her so far. I have read the Elements of Cadence duology, which is a River Enchanted and a Fire Endless. Loved them, both 5-star books, like 5-star duology. That was stunning. And I have also read the two books that this is connected to. There is Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, which is like a it feels like historical fantasy kind of a feeling. The setting feels like World War II in sort of the way it's spoken about. But it's in a fantastical world where it's not World War II, it's a world between two gods and a war going on between these two gods. And it's one of the stories of this journalist during that war. And there's like a magical typewriter where the two main characters can communicate with each other by writing letters on these typewriters and putting the letter under a door, and it will send the letter to wherever the other typewriter is. And the romance, and oh goodness me, it was stunning. I loved that duology so much. If you know, you know, Iris and Roman. But this is the prequel. So this is how that war kind of became a war, basically, and the sort of setup for the system of the gods and goddesses and all that stuff. So it's going to be a fascinating read. It is literally, oh, I'm so excited. So I can't, it's, I don't know whether to reread Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows before I pick this up, because then it's really fresh in my mind. Like I read them last year, so I don't know whether that would be quite a good idea. I'm debating doing that. Pop a comment down underneath if you've read this and you feel like I should reread them. I remember quite a lot of the story in the duology, but I think I want to remember really clearly. I want them really fresh in my mind, like literally pick them up 1, 2, and then 3. What do you guys think? Shall I reread them before I pick this up? But I cannot wait to jump into this story. It is a new epic, it said. Oh my goodness. A goddess born to the violet domain of the underworld, Matilda, is blessed with humble messenger magic, carrying letters and secrets through the realms, including one of her own, a mortal boy who appears only in her dreams. I'm sorry. I cannot wait. So yeah, let me know if you think I should read Divine Rivals before, like reread Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows before I pick this up. So yeah, this is my little stack for this season. I am going on a little mini holiday over half term. We're going on a little 4-day trip. So I'm going to pick one of these to be my holiday one. If I can get Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows read before, I might pick this up to go on the holiday with, but we'll see. We'll see. And then going to finish these two as well. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. And yeah, give me your opinion as to whether I need to have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows really fresh in my memory before I pick up Wild Reverence. Let me know if you've read those. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful, cozy season so far. Let me know what you guys are reading. Let me know what's on your TBR. And let's yap about books in the comments. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.